So, this is my potion factory. I can't remember who, but someone asked me to make a video on Discord. Not only that, but I wanted to anyways. But obviously this is in creative mode, but I only have one potion line set up. It is for night vision potions, but this is fully expandable. It is only 4 blocks wide, but it needs a width of 5 blocks per factory, just because of that redstone right there. Would if you lined it up like all 4 blocks next to another blocks, that redstone would start interfering on this side. So that's why I need 5 blocks. But still, it's fairly compact for what it is. Each of these 2 blocks width is 1 module per ingredient. All these hoppers and stuff, it's just so I can have all the ingredients all in one spot. So like if I were in like if all this were underground and I was in a room on ground level for each station, I could have all the ingredients right here. You don't have to have this. If you want to really run around the machine, you can just have the barrels out here on top of the hoppers instead of having to run all these lines like this barrel right here. But so let's start with the user part, like a customer coming along wanting to buy a potion. All you gotta do, so obviously, again, I only have one potion set up, but you can see this is what, you can use like different building blocks. I only did the trapdoors to cover up a hopper behind, but you'd have to make sure this is lit up saying ready, and behind these, is a barrel, right? So you'd put a empty shulker, takes it, you hear it dispense, and it should dispense 9 of that potion you chose every single time. See, it's now not ready because the inventory is now out. See, 9 night vision potions for 8 minutes. You don't have to do 8 minutes, you can do 4 if you want. It's all depends on how you set up the modules and how many modules you put in for each different potion. That's what this line in the back there makes. Come here, there we go. Alright, so how this works is right here is like the water line. It feeds each factory with water bottles. So pretend you had multiple of these lines set up, right, for each station. You'd want to have a line of hoppers running around to feed each one with water bottles. They would run down here, and eventually the potion you're crafting is delivered. So this is like right here is where the potions would sit. It's like these hoppers right here should always be full of potions too. Pretend that's splash potion, by the way. Actually, I'll just get rid of these. Bye bye. Pretend, or not pretend. So this is basically what detects if you have enough potions ready to go for a customer. It's like the indicator, or not indicator. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it. But yeah, when you have enough potions to fill up a shulker for the customer to buy, it would start to backlog into here, and then this is what the line detects when it's ready for sale. If this is empty like it is now, the hoppers back here start to empty, then this light in here in the side of here, it says not ready. But when there are more, oops. So see, this is still empty, it says not ready. And then when it starts to back up, and I call it like a backlog or whatever, it will then say it is ready for sale. And you can insert a empty shulker in there, and it should dispense it. It's kind of buggy right now. This is 1.16, whatever, last 1.16 update before 1.17 comes out. So it's kind of weird how it. Oops, that did not happen. It's kind of weird. It uses a observer So how it goes is, I need that there, my bad, is there is the hopper underneath the barrel. So these trapdoors are just to hide the hopper. See, sorry. So when you put the shulker in, it goes in the dispenser. Obviously, it's not dispensed yet; it needs to be powered. So it triggers this comparator. It would then light up, triggering these observers, and then powering the dispenser again, dispensing the shulker right there, and then it would then fill up with potions. And then how it fills up exactly 9 before it breaks? Good question. Uh, it's been a while since I was out here. Right. So as it's sitting here, there is that observer right there that is detecting how full the, come on, how full the shulker is. So that it's right there. So it's powering this block, and obviously the more full it gets, the stronger the redstone signal. And so once it hits 9 potions, it would I'm at a loss of words. It's like I think every 2 potions, every 3 potions or so, it it triggers one piece of redstone. So after I, th I can't remember for the life of me, right? But eventually I need it to be delayed a little bit. When I was building the whole thing, I was trying to figure out the timing so it pushes this piston and breaks the shulker at that exact moment for 9 potions. If you want to experiment with it yourself, see how much redstone pulse it gives off when you put potions in, go for it. But yeah, it's the little mechanism to trigger it to break the shulker. And then there's hoppers down below here. If I can get down. So it gets broken, gets transported over here into the dispenser. Basically the same circuit right here is repeated here. It registers the shulkers in there, powers this torch, turning off the redstone, and then triggering there is actually, this is for if you're on the other side if you had another factory. So it triggers the redstone, powering this dispenser, which then powers this block, and it powers both this dropper and dispenser. If I tried doing dispenser and dispenser, but since a shulker tries to be placed when it is in a dispenser, and when it was right here, it did not work. It would just sit there. So it has to be a dropper because then it would try to spit out an item for him, and it's doing that into the dispenser, and then the dispenser then places it onto the ground in front of you, if you remember back to the beginning of the video. Okay, so then how the factory itself works is, remember that I was saying about the, no, I did not say actually. Did I? Doesn't matter. So there's the water line. So all the water bottles are flowing through here to all the different factory lines or assembly lines. Ignore this. This is just so I can fill it manually. I didn't do that. No, it's all thing. So I'm gonna fill it up with water. So pretend there's just a bunch of water bottles flowing down there. It is now flowing into here. So remember, each 2 blocks is one module for an ingredient. Hence, there's different each brewing stand. So the idea is this hopper is locked, so it is not allowing any more bottles to flow through, and there is this hopper unlocks and locks. I think one tick before this one does. 1 or 2 ticks. Just enough time to allow exactly 3 bottles to move from this hopper into here. And so now that's what just happened. This hopper now became locked, and then 1 tick later, this torch turned off, allowing the water bottles to flow through. And then that here the redstone clock just triggered. It just unlocked and then locked this, allowing exactly 3 bottles to flow through into this now locked hopper. So basically how it goes is the first hopper from whatever module you're looking at, unlocks and locks one tick, if I remember correctly, one tick before the last hopper on the previous. Pretend this is another module. I'll just go right here. So this would unlock or lock one tick before the last hopper, not the first, the last one of the previous module. Hence the torch. And then obviously there's a redstone clock over here. The exact timing for the is for however long it takes for the potions to be brewed. So then, as soon as they're done brewing, this clock triggers and they move on. If you're curious how long that clock is, this is the hopper clock. I'm not gonna really bother trying to explain how to build it. You can always look one up on YouTube. Hold on, I'll just hold on a second. It is okay. We're not gonna see. I think it was like 51 or something like that. Something close. Can I see from the side? No. Oh, yes, I can. It was 53. You couldn't see the 53 there because as soon as it entered, it left again. But that's how many. Um, so again, this is for the night vision potion for 8 minutes. So the first module is nether wart. So the water's coming down the line. It enters right here, and then it's so this one is unlocked and this is locked. So obviously it enters in the brewing stand, but it cannot continue flowing. So this is locked, this is unlocked. And they switch per module, right? And so as soon as they finish brewing, see they just entered, now they're brewing, and as soon as it finishes, this will unlock, allowing it moved on to this then will be locked hopper, so it will stop before entering this next one. And then this will be, my brain's dead, locked, right? So you just saw them move on there now. Awkward potions, this is still unlocked. So then it will flip again. So this will the potions will enter, this one will lock again, and this one will unlock, allowing them to move on. It's just between these two, these two, then these two. It's just a one tick difference, I think, hence the torch. And then how the hoppers are unlocked and locked. So if we look over here, this right here is each module it's like trickling onto the next one, so they're all powered. So this one powers this module, the first module, or I guess if you're on the other side, the last module powers the next one, this one, next one, just to help keep it compact. And so this always the very first one, the uppermost module with the nether wart, always does not have this repeater. It's always like this, right? This is basically how it looks at the very end. The top layer and middle layer, they're very similar. They're not identical. Can I get a better view? So it's on the top one, it looks like this with just the one tick delay. Then underneath, it's identical except for this block that has the torch. It is dropped down one with the redstone, and it goes into a additional repeater facing into this block. So that is giving also a one tick delay to this hopper. And don't click on this redstone so it's just a line. It has to be in a plus sign, so it is powering this hopper. If it's in a line, it's just running this way and did nothing, like that. Or if it's in a dot, I should say, you want it to be a plus sign. And then the bottommost layer back here, so you got the upper, bottom. The last one is just a piece of redstone and a repeater. And then, yeah, I already explained the middle one. The very last module does not have this line with redstone under it. See, there's nothing there. It's just these ones. And same with the... Wait, oh, it does on this one, my bad. So the first one doesn't have a repeater. The last one doesn't have that repeater on redstone. Um, all this over here, it's just powering, it's the redstone clock powering the modules. And this right here is just making sure all three layers are powered at the exact same time. See the power, they all triggered all three levels at the same time right then. You never want these to run out of ingredients. Otherwise, if you know you're running low and it's taking a while to source them, just turn off the clock. So this clock, if I had an additional factory on the side, would power both sides. I would have another redstone or piston with a redstone block pushing back and forth on this side, running off the same clock, powering the factory that'd be here. Obviously, I don't have that, but use your imagination. Um, if you did run out of ingredients, you would have to turn the clock off. How you would honestly, it's be fairly easy. Honestly, you can just like put a switch there, keep the piston powered, whatever. However you want to turn it off is up to you. But it would turn off both factories, though, not just the one that you're running out of ingredients on. Even if this buffer, that's the word I was thinking of. Uh, Ignore that. That didn't happen. I don't know why that happened. If this buffer barrel, buffer chest, whichever you choose, fills up and they start clogging up back here, that's totally okay. Because remember, they're timed, so it only allows 3 potions to move on at a time. So that's totally okay if it starts to back up. And I think that's it. There's a lot of ums in there, but yeah. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't think I am for once. But yeah, that's the potion factory. It's it's not like the other ones out there where you just press a button and it plops out one of each of the ingredients in that specific order and it just makes the 3 potions that one time. It's fully automatic, so you just have to make sure you have all your ingredients always like overflowing. So all you got to do is make sure when you start running out of bottles, throw in some more bottles. Because if you run out of ingredients, your potions won't be the same. So like say there's no gunpowder, the gunpowder ran out, but there's some ingredients left of everything else, and you want this to be splash potion, right? Then it'll make night vision potion, but then when you go to buy it, it won't be splash potion, it'll be regular. If you get my point. So you just want to make sure your ingredients are topped off. The next priority be the water bottles, and then yeah, I guess that's it. Bye bye.